A recommendation to give UK citizens voting rights in Bermuda is rejected. And in sports, Haiti qualifies for the FIFA Under-17 World Cup. I'm Ricardo Roberts, and this is Caribbean in 10 for Monday, May 13th, 2019. I'll be back with the details after the break.
My family, they were cracks. You know, I think if I'd gone back and had my own accommodations that I'm accustomed to, it would have been a different thing. But when you go back and you say, okay, I'll stay with family and so on, after a while they get tired of you, man. Face reality, you know.
Or you get tired of being, yeah, you get tired of bunking, so to speak.
Yes.
And I know you stay in your community and you show your community love.
Most definitely.
And there's another rap artist who said that it's crazy and sad that people outside of your community, they show you more love than people that are in your community.
Right.
I know Miami, we show you some love.
Oh, no, my city show love, you know, regardless of what anything goes down, any comment. One thing, if I go to a show, I guarantee you I'm going to rock out harder than anyone that's around right now.
Yeah.
That's how I move.
The British government has turned down a United Kingdom Parliamentary Committee proposal to give British residents in Bermuda the right to vote in elections in the island. The plan had earlier been rejected by Bermuda's parliamentarians. The UK government said it recognized the importance of a reasonable qualifying process to allow expatriates a place at the ballot box in its overseas territories, but it said the Foreign and Commonwealth Office did not plan to publish a timetable for talks. The House of Commons committee report entitled Global Britain and the Overseas Territories, Resetting the Relationship, had recommended, among other things, that Britons and other UK nationals residents in Bermuda should be given the right to vote, and it had called for a timeline for the launch of a consultation that would make that possible. But in a statement issued over the weekend, the UK government said that while it understands the committee's concerns and continues to impress upon overseas territories governments the importance of allowing people who have made their permanent home in the territories the ability to vote and engage fully in the community, it also recognizes the desire of island communities to maintain their cohesion and hence the need for a reasonable qualifying process. It added that immigration decisions are primarily a matter for overseas territories governments. In Trinidad and Tobago now, the company at the center of a $300 million TT dollar contract that is now under investigation has denied there was anything underhanded about the deal. Novo Technology Incorporated Limited insists that throughout the negotiations for the contract from the Airports Authority of Trinidad and Tobago to install immigration kiosks at the Biarco International and ANR Robinson airports, it acted with integrity, transparency, and accountability. Last week, National Security Minister Stuart Young announced a probe into the circumstances surrounding the contract for the kiosks that passengers use instead of going through an immigration line. He said that that deal, along with a supplemental contract in March 2018, was signed without the knowledge of the cabinet. Young also said there were red flags with respect to the process for the award of the contract and that it did not appear to have followed the usual tendering process. But in a full-page newspaper advertisement, Novo Technology said it did nothing wrong. It described Young's allegations as an ill-founded, misguided, and baseless attack, and said his comments and insinuations were clearly uninformed and made without a full appreciation of all the facts surrounding the award of the contract. Novo Technology added that it has fully performed all of its contractual obligations to date. Barbados' Prime Minister Mia Mottley is among several people paying tribute to one of the founders of the Nation publishing company, Harold Hoyt, who died yesterday. The veteran journalist died at the age of 78 following a long illness. Prime Minister Mottley said Barbados has lost one of its great patriots and a true builder.
The country, I've said, has lost truly a prize son who has contributed more than his fair share to the development of post-independence Barbados. It would be impossible to separate that name, Harold Hoyt, from the path of journalism in Barbados and the Caribbean over the past 60 years. Equally, it would be impossible to separate him from the story of success of the enterprise known as the Nation newspaper.
In a statement issued after Hoyt's passing, the Barbados Broadcasting Authority said the best tribute that could be paid to the eminent journalist is to raise the bar in the quality of journalism locally. And the Barbados Association of Journalists described him as a colossus in the news information profession, a mentor and a coach whose name was synonymous with excellence and integrity in the field of journalism. Hoyt and several other colleagues founded the Nation newspaper back in 1973, and he served as editor-in-chief for 3 decades. He retired in December 2006 and was editor emeritus of the Nation newspaper up until the time of his death. Earlier this month, Nation House on Fontebelle was renamed after him, and Fred Gollop, one of the other founding members of the Nation newspaper. And stay with us, your Midday Sport is next. Haiti Grenadiers have qualified for FIFA Under-17 World Cup after beating Honduras at the IMG Academy Sports Complex in Bradenton, Florida. It was a much tougher match for the Haitian side against the same team, which was defeated 2-0 in the pool phase back on May 1st. The Grenadiers won 4-3 thanks to shots from Jean Lubens, Pierre, Michel, Emmanuel, Jean Jaffrad, Carl, Fred Sainty and Samuel Gentil booking their ticket to the finals in Brazil this year, 12 years after Haiti was removed in the first round of the 2007 World Cup in Korea. The Haitian side are the only Caribbean team to qualify for the 2019 semifinals in CONCACAF. And in a message after the victory, President Jovenel Moïse said, quote, "Congratulations to the Under-17 national team for qualifying for the FIFA World Cup in Brazil. The whole nation is proud of this feat," end quote. Over to cricket now. Shea Hope and Captain Jason Holder struck half-centuries, but West Indies faltered at the back end of their innings, leaving Bangladesh with an uncomplicated target in the 5th match of the Tri-Nations series today. Upton to bat first at the Village, West Indies ended on 247 for 9 of their 50 overs, a disappointing total considering they were well poised for a much larger score at 198 for 4 in the 42nd over. Hope extended his sublime run to form with a top score of 87 of 108 deliveries, while Holder stroked a solid 62 of 76 balls, but opener Sunil Ambrose was the only other batsman to pass 20. He made 23. That's Caribbean in 10. Join us again at 6:30 for Caribbean Newsline. Until then, good afternoon.